going.
Goodness me. I'll pay you later. Thank you. Well, my third trip to Cairo now, so thank you very much for inviting me and inviting me back. Not unrelated to the previous talk in many ways. We've looked at this from a slightly different prism, but I think there's an interesting meeting of minds at some point perhaps in the future. So this was a title that was given to me by the British Fertility Society a couple of years ago, and I thought I would share these thoughts with you here. I have no idea how to use this. Oh. Which button do I press? Ah, here we go. So, environmental influences. Just to pause for a moment on what the word environment means. It actually means pretty much everything, which then makes it very difficult to study. Male fertility or male infertility also means lots of things. And how we measure it may give a different result depending on what we choose to measure. Clearly we can measure semen quality or measures of semen quality, and that is a surrogate marker of general fertility. There's lots of debate about DNA quality and what that may or may not mean. But really we should be measuring pregnancy or live births, and that then becomes too complicated. So I'm going to talk about data from all of those, so bear that in mind, but they're not all the same, and I think that's important to remember. I think what's interesting is that the population, the general population out there, are very concerned about the environment. This is data from the European Commission. The UK is still in Europe, at least for a few more weeks. And when you survey Europeans about their fears about the environment, they tell you some very interesting things. They're really worried about air pollution, water pollution, chemicals in everyday products. And you can understand why. And there's a common theme there when you talk to patients about what they may or may not be exposed to. If you ask men what they think damages their fertility, you get a very interesting answer. And that's listed here. Remember, air pollution was at the top of the list of what the public think is a worry for them, but when you talk to men about their sperm, they're worried about radiation, drugs, stress, being overweight, cigarettes, tight underwear. And actually down at the bottom here, they're worried about till receipts that they get from their credit cards. And they are coated with